in the third. Taking a look at some stats for DeAndre Jordan. He's coming off an excellent season. First in blocks, first in shooting percentage, and he ranks second overall in rebounding. Just a tremendous presence on the interior.
And it was a block party up in here last season. Woo-hoo-wee! Clearly the best at what he does in that regard.
And there's the pass to Porzingis. Griffin with the steal. Crawford against the Flalo. Crawford right side to the inside. Jordan dishes to Griffin. Great touch on the 16-footer. Griffin's got his third basket of the night.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game. That would be 4 in a row for him now, as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Picked his pocket. And they're on the break. Here's Afflalo. Finish off the break. Afflalo's got 8 points.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Kicks to Crawford. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
To the paint, and stolen by Jordan. And yes, sir, that one drops. 10 points for Aaron Afflalo.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting it. I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
It's Anthony with the drive, and the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Weber, he's checked in for Chris Paul. And then for New York, Spates checked in for Lopez. Sanders comes in for Porzingis. And Roten subbed in for Aaron Afflalo.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Weber kicks to Jordan. Dishes to Redick. Fires from deep. No good. And New York will come the other way. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Big Daddy. That one falls coming off Anthony's feed. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. The feed to Jordan. Sanders with the steal. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them.
We need to calm down. We're taking too many shots early in the clock. Let's get some ball movement and run something on the offensive end. Keep it simple. Throw it down inside or run some pick and roll up top.
And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. Number 1, Jamal Crawford.
And no doubt he finished the season right where he should have on that list. He was far and away the best free throw shooter in the league.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Udrich in for Weber. New York moving it around. Roten the pass to Spates, and that is good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Udrich. Here's Hickson, and that one goes in as he is fouled. He'll get 3 points if he converts at the line.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
The Big Daddy passes to Roten. Here's Big Daddy. Off target from outside. The Clippers have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. And the wide open shot from Redick. A quick shot there, and it's off target. Here's Big Daddy. He's guarded by Udrih.
Move the ball and stick it.
We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Big Daddy, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. L.A. has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Hickson. Green dishes to Udrih. Griffin down low. Shoots over Spates. And at the end. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. And the Clippers making a change here. Redick is checked in, and a switch here also for New York. Big Daddy's checked in for Tony Roten. On the court for the Knicks, Big Daddy, he's in at the point. Porzingis is out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's a Flalo, and it's Anthony in at the three slot. And it's good. One through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. Free throw good, Paul. New York leading by 19. Here's Big Daddy. Lopez inside, working on Hickson, and that one's good by Lopez.
Plays like that, the hustle plays on the backboard, the second chance points that have really caused problems all day for the defense.
Paul goes in. It's rebounded by New York. Lopez has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories. Rebounds just being one of them.
Redick with the three. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Here's Big Daddy, and the basket good. Big Daddy's got 24.
You just no let up. Guys, they just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. Sanders checked in for the Knicks. So we can't get either to fall. The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to Detroit. Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. Hickson against the Flalo. Shot clock at 6. Anthony kicks to Sanders, and he banks in the layup.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Knicks.
Clark, they simply ran him off the court.
It was all about the transition game. Fast break points, the difference.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Big Daddy. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Passes it to Porzingis. To the paint. Here's Big Daddy. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. Chris Paul picks up that one.
And what a tremendous game for Big Daddy. He's got 26 points, and he's hit 4 from beyond the arc. A weapon with those 3-point shots.
You said it. His long-range jumpers are having a deadly effect.
And that one misses. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Anthony Bennett's checked in for Griffin. Crawford comes in for Green. Weber, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Udrich in for Chris Paul. And then for New York, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Porzingis. Derek Williams comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Green in for Aaron Aflalo. That's good.
Udrich with the excellent feed that time.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Big Daddy. He's guarded by Udrich. Here's Big Daddy. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. For 3, Udrich, and again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And they're clearly finishing strong here, but not enough time to pull it out.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to end on a high note. Too bad this run didn't develop sooner for them.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Carmelo, we have a question.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak.
It was a stupendous night for him from long range. Having him out there on the perimeter took a lot of heat off their guys inside, and it gave them room to operate in the paint.
When Freak puts it all together, it's no contest to who the best player on the court is. He was outstanding tonight. His feel and understanding of the game were on display.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille.
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the New York Knicks. For the Knicks, they've started the season on an extremely upbeat note, winning 8 of their first 9 games. They've been solid in just about every aspect. Last time out for them, Freak set a career high in points. He's shown glimpses of what he's capable of before. Shaq, was his outburst a one-time thing, or can we expect more of that from him?
You know, he's a smart player. You know, the last game he had a matchup he felt he could exploit, and he made the most of it. You know, I saw his coach on the sideline calling plays. He was waving his coach off saying, no, this guy's barbecue.
About time for any. You know, you've been practicing, man. Always. You'll see tonight. I don't doubt it. And I'll be the one putting on the real show. Yeah, 9 to 5, man. You know about it. Best start warming up now if you want to be anywhere near my level. Always the talking. See you out there, man.
Everyone's in their seats here at the Oracle Arena as the Golden State Warriors look to grab a win in front of the home crowd here. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Big Daddy, he's in at the point. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's a Flalo, and it's Lopez in at center. Now here's Curry. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
Here's Lopez. Andrew Bogut making his last shot. Shoots from 12. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Lopez.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Curry kicks to Green. The drive by Thompson.
That's his first personal foul.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
The first free throw is good. And so Thompson nails both of them.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Pass to Porzingis. Anthony against Thompson. Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. And a follow kicks to Lopez. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Lopez has got his first bucket in this one. And here are the Warriors now. Kicks it to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Knicks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Anthony, and again it's New York.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Outside Curry. They double-team Curry. Bogut drives in. The layup missed. For New York, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. New York moving the ball around. Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
Yeah, such a sweet 3-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Now, here's Green. 20 points for him last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Here's Anthony after the made shot from Klay Thompson. It's Anthony with the drive. The shot is off. Nice D from Bogut. Warriors trail by 3. Curry dishes to Thompson. Right side Curry. The shot from the low post is good. Curry's got his first bucket of the night. The Knicks have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Passes to Porzingis. The dish to Afflalo. Down low. It's stolen by Bogut. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Curry kicks to Thompson. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. Feeds it to Afflalo. A three-pointer is right on target. Afflalo's got 5 points so far.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Now, here's Thompson. He had 19 points in the win against Minnesota.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Beyond the arc. And again, New York with the triple.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Well, we got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. First free throw percentage, 10th in points off turnovers. And they were in the top half of the league offensively with their point totals as well. Not bad, just kind of pedestrian. Maybe average is a better way to describe it.
And don't forget how special they were at the foul line. Sometimes that can be an underrated stat, but they were tremendous, and it definitely sealed some wins down the stretch.
The Big Daddy passes to Sanders. Here's Big Daddy. He kicks to Roten. Spates sets a screen. Rush with the steal. And it's the Warriors on the break. Green dishes to Livingston. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
Nice start as he's knocked down 3 of his first 4 and has hit the ground at high speed.
Roten, the pass to Big Daddy. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition. Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
Now, here's Thompson. 9 points in the game so far. Right side, Williams. Now the pass to Big Daddy. A three-pointer off the mark. Here is Livingston. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Knicks out front. They're up by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And we've seen some big scoring numbers of late from Freak. We heard from perimeter defensive ace Andre Iguodala about how they hope to contain him tonight. Not to disagree, but don't you have to let that affect your game a little bit, Greg? I mean, don't you have to plan for those shots and try not to let Freak get to the free throw line as often as he does and as part of your plan?
You know, Kevin, easier said than done.
And for Verajao. Draymond Green comes in for Festus Ezeli, and it's Thompson in for Andre Iguodala. Then for the Knicks, Robin Lopez is checked in for Spates. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Larry Sanders. And Big Daddy subbed in for Aaron Afflalo. On the court for the Knicks, Big Daddy, he's in at point guard. Kyle Quinn out there with Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Roten in at the shooting guard position. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Clippers played some outstanding basketball. He had 30 points, and the basket must have looked like an ocean to him as he nailed 3 after 3. Games like that one show why his team has been so strong coming out of the gate. They'd like to maintain this pace all season, Kevin.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Golden State. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Williams is checked in. And O'Quinn kicks to Roten. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. For the New York Knicks, they come in off a good outing against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And what a heck of a performance for them, particularly offensively. I mean, there were stretches of that game where everything seemed to be falling.
Ball movement was superb, majestic, and they got good shots, and they made them. So it wasn't a surprise, but the ball movement was the key.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that. Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
No good from Big Daddy. The Warriors have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Curry kicks to Thompson. Curry setting the pick for Thompson. Back to Curry. Fires at the elbow. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 10 points for Steph Curry.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
Here's Big Daddy. That misses, and a chance to tie it there. Warriors leading by 3. There's 53 seconds left here in the second. Great open look there. Thompson's got 4 points in the quarter.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's Big Daddy. He's covered by Thompson. The shot's good from Lopez.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Curry kicks to Green. Curry can't get it to go. Knicks trail by 3. Here's Williams, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Williams has got his first points of the night.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Thompson outside. He's looking for Bogut and finds him. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. And there's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. And it's Iguodala in at the 3. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Pass to Green. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Green's got 6.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
For the lead. No good from Big Daddy.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
From deep, Flavo. The offensive rebound. Porzingis. Good.
The heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
And the Warriors with some changes. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Bogut. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Here is Livingston. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Varejão can't hit.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Lets it go from deep. The shot's good from Big Daddy. Big Daddy's got 10 points.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
The feed to Green. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Thompson. Great showing for him last season. Putting up about 26 points per, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Livingston kicks to Varejão. Outside, Green. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Varejão. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Good. 16 points for Klay Thompson.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. The Big Daddy passes to Spates. He tries for 3, and there's Roten, and that's good on the assist from Spates. Roten's got 5.
The three-point shot has been a real weapon for them in the second half.
Yeah, they've really done a good job of creating good looks from the outside, and now they've really got it going.
The drive by Thompson. And it's Spates with the rebound. The Knicks leading by 4. Here's Big Daddy. And again, New York with the triple.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
The screen from Thompson. Over in the corner, Green. The shot is off. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Dishes it to Roten. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists tonight.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, it's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
And again, no good by Golden State. New York with the ball. They're on a 16-5 run here. And again, it's New York.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going for your Warriors girls.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Stephen Curry. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Sanders passes to Big Daddy. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. But on that shot, with that, the Knick lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Thompson.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Pass to Sanders. Here's Big Daddy. 13 points in the game. He dishes it to Spates. Here's Big Daddy. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Golden State's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Sanders against Curry. To the middle, dives for it, and stolen by Roten. And now the Knicks on the break. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Here's Curry. Kept alive. The dish to Ezeli. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 6 assists now in the game.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
And that one's good. Roten.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top. No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Kicks to Spates. Passes to Big Daddy from deep three-point range, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. I mean, he's got more points. From outside the arc.
And the final period of play just about to start. The Knicks leading by 10. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Big Daddy in at point guard. Sanders out there with Porzingis. Then it's Anthony, and it's Afflalo in at the 2. Here's Ezeli. He feeds it to Livingston. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problems for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Sanders. Bogut dishes to Ezeli. Now it's Anthony running. He can go all the way. That's good. Anthony's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Knicks. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Knicks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Iguodala, that's good.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
The Big Daddy passes to Afflalo. Outside Anthony. New York moving the ball around. Picked his pocket. Here's Ezeli. Inside. It's tipped. Taken away by Anthony. Fires the 3. And again, New York with the triple.
Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
Warriors trail by 12.
Timeout for Golden State.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Stay down. That's his first personal foul.
No good on that one.
Shooting for Golden State, Andrew Bogut.
And he sinks the second. The Knicks leading by 11. The dish now to Aflalo. Feeds to Carmelo. From deep. Great D that time from Curry. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Anderson Varejão's checked in for Azili. The Knicks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Big Daddy. And Aflalo kicks to Anthony. Here's Lopez. That one falls coming off Anthony's feed. And the Knicks lead by 13.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Here's Big Daddy. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Varejão dishes to Livingston. On its way from Curry for 2, and another basket for Golden State.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
The Big Daddy passes to Anthony. Here's Big Daddy. He's covered by Iguodala. Lopez outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Releases. The shot by Anthony, no good. Warriors trail by 11. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Again, Golden State.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. Aflalo dishes to Anthony. Lopez, a screen on Iguodala. The pass to Big Daddy. Here's Porzingis. Good on the triple.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from him.
Timeout for Golden State. Okay, fans, put your hands together.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey guys, well, Kurt Rambis had some advice for the team in that last break. The strategy included running the offense through Big Daddy. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. Guys, they're operating under the principle that it's never too late to fine-tune the game plan. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
To the paint, here's Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 16 points for Steph Curry.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
.125 left in the fourth quarter. Down low, here's Afflalo, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for New York.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Big Daddy. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Good. And the Knicks lead by 19.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Now the Knicks with it. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. And Afflalo kicks to Anthony. Pass to Big Daddy. They get it again to the wing right side. From deep. It's off. So no problem for New York as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Freak. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
There's no doubt about it. This guy is a leader. He was in attack mode all night, calling for it and delivering in some big, big plays and baskets. His point total shows everything that I'm talking about. The defense was like, what am I going to do? And he was like, nothing, because I'm toying with you.
He was completely in sync with the whole team tonight. And you could see that in the assist numbers, which were spectacular, I might add. It's hard to imagine him having a better night passing the basketball. Man.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
Do you feel like you've been taking too many shots from long range lately?
I don't know. That's probably something you should ask Coach. But hey, if I'm going to take a bunch of threes, I should at least be making some of them. And I did that tonight. So there. Who's next?
Why couldn't their defense find a way to stop you tonight?
I don't know. Maybe you should ask them that. I just took what they gave me and was fortunate enough to get some buckets. So no complaints here.
I saw your longtime girlfriend, Yvette Mendenhall, was in attendance at the game today. So when are you going to get her a ring?
Whoa. All right, I didn't know we were going to get all personal up in here tonight. If there's anything I learned after my first season in the NBA, is that it's best to keep my personal life private. So that's what I'm going to do. Me and Yvette are happy, just like we've always been. She means the world to me, and that's all I'm going to say. All right, I'm out.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the New York Knicks in New York. For the Knicks, they've made it through their first 10 games with just one loss. It's hard to argue with anything they've done so far. It's been that impressive a start to the season for them. Well, as we know, the value of great outside shooting perhaps never higher than it is right now. Kenny, in your mind, who are the premier shooters in the game?
I'll tell you, it's obvious that the Splash Brothers, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, top two guys shooting the basketball. Kyle Korver's right up there. An undervalued, underrated shooter, Carmelo Anthony.
Stop it. You name Carmelo before you name Dirk Nowitzki, before you name Damian Lillard, before you name Kevin Durant. I'll even put Jose Calderon.
Oh, you're kidding me. Over
Carmelo? Yes, all day, every day.
Carmelo?
Yes.
All eyes are on the Eastern Conference in this game as the New York Knicks play this one at home. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. The Hawks here looking to pick up one on the road before returning to Atlanta. This is a team showing a better record this year over last. This was their goal, and it's coming to fruition so far.
And if you look at the Hawks right now, they've already shown they're going to be a dangerous team this season. It's just a matter of whether or not they can take that next big step.
And if they truly want to be mentioned among the title hopefuls, they've got to improve steadily over the course of the season.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Bazemore at the 3, the small forward. Second free throw, no good. For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against Golden State.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
Now, here's Schroeder. Last game he had 12. Outside Anthony. Here's Big Daddy. Cannot hit. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that one got away from them, because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end.
And you hear so often about work ethic of players, but Freak has put his money where his mouth is. He built a private gym at his house so he can put time in on the court whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that's a good step, man. Freak is well known to be a workout. Well, freak is probably the best way to say it, so that shouldn't come as any surprise.
And Freak's agent in attendance at the game today, Dom Pagnotti, the famous Dom Pagnotti. You might hear stories positive and negative about him, but he has a lot of big-name clients, that's for sure, Clark.
Yep, and Freak is one name in a long list for Pagnotti. Some question his motives and how he gets deals done, but that's not for you and I to debate.
No.
You certainly can't argue with his result.
Well, you know him well. You call him DP. I just call him Dom. They get it back, and that one's good by Lopez. Lopez has got his first 2 points of the night.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And he gets it back. Schroeder kicks to Horford. 6 on the shot clock. Hardaway against the follow. And it's Hardaway again missing.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
The Hawks trail by 4. Here's Bazemore. Comes up empty down low. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to talk with Mike Budenholzer for just a moment. He said a big part of this game will depend on how well they can slow down Carmelo Anthony. He added with his size and shooting ability, he can score inside and out. We're going to try a couple different coverages and show him different looks over the course of the game to try to keep him off balance. And guys, I guess we'll see how it works. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Here's Big Daddy following the three by Atlanta. And it's blocked. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Schroeder with the ball. Now guarded by Big Daddy. Outside Millsap. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Knicks have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. The three. And there's 3 points. The long-range shot is on target from Big Daddy. The Hawks trail by 4. Schroeder kicks to Horford. Pass to Bazemore. Picked by Horford. To the paint, up off the screen. Millsap misses.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
A different look for New York. Spates checked in for Lopez. Sanders comes in for Porzingis. And it's Tony Roten in for Aaron Aflalo. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. There's the pick. Humphries kicks to Cephalosha. And it's Korver off the drive. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
The shot's good from Big Daddy. Big Daddy's got 5 now.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Humphries kicks to Cephalosha. Picked by Humphries. Pass to Teague. Shot clock at 6. And he gets it to go.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Knicks on defense after the made shot from Jeff Teague. Splitter sets a screen for Teague. There's the dish to Cephalosha. Got a piece of it. The Knicks leading by 5. Roten the pass to Big Daddy. And again, New York with the triple. The Hawks shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Teague up top. He's coming off a 13-point game against Portland. Again, the Hawks good for 2. 5 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Big Daddy. And that's not going to go. And we talked to Carmelo Anthony earlier, and he talked about how this team has improved their play of late. Well, it was nice to see Carmelo healthy for a while last season. And for the Knicks, Lopez, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Porzingis comes in for Sanders. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Derek Williams. And Big Daddy subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Splitter's checked in for Humphries. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. Hardaway's checked in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Teague. On the court for Atlanta, Paul Millsap out there with Splitter. Then there's Kent Bazemore. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Hardaway in at the 2.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Here's Bazemore following the score by New York. The shot is off. Good D by Lopez.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. just hasn't been able to get it going.
And that's really the change in our game. It's the overall athletic ability. I love those point guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of aerial ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
You know, I look at it this way, guys. It seems to me there are more high flyers at guard than anywhere else in the league these days. They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
It's been a difference maker for them in this game. That's what's put them in front.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Warriors had a huge game. He ended with 25 points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. He had a great game in all facets, and his coach called it a complete game of basketball. High praise to be sure, guys.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
Now here's Anthony. Following the miss by Paul Millsap, pushing their lead to double digits. And now an 11-point Knicks lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Schroeder. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Bazemore for three, and he gets it to go.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. New York moving the ball around. Porzingis can't hit.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Here's Big Daddy. Lopez, a screen on Hardaway. Big Daddy. That'll do it for the first half. Knicks lead by 8. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Carmelo, I know that Coach has stressed communication on the basketball court. How has that impacted tonight's performance?
It's working right now. We got to fine-tune some things out there in the game, a couple minor mistakes, but we'll be all right. I feel good about tonight.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
All right, Doris, thank you. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
I tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
An explosive display it was, fellas. They might have to get the backup rim ready if he keeps attacking the hoop like he did before the break.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Knicks, Big Daddy is in at the point. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then there's a Flalo, and it's Anthony in at the small forward. Hardaway against the Flalo, and finished off by Horford.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker. 8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Now here's Millsap. Plays it up and banks it in. Millsap's got his first basket.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Hardaway against the Flalo. Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Knicks shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Spates checked in for New York. Sanders comes in. For Porzingis. Then for the Hawks, Korver comes in for Hardaway, and it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. And Teague, here we go, and the layup is good. Teague's got 6.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
The Big Daddy passes to Carmelo. Good. And the Knicks lead by 8.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Now here's Teague. He's tightly guarded. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Derek Williams, he checked in for the Knicks. And then for Atlanta, Chris Humphries has checked in for Millsap. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Kent Bazemore. So it's the Hawks now. The Knicks making the shot. Teague drives in. And it's off the back rim, no good.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Here's Big Daddy. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. The Hawks trail by 7. Horford with it. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Shoots. Sefolosha's shot is good.
Okay, that's more like it. A nice job here in the second. I mean, their field goal percentage is way up compared to what they did in the first half, where they shot a very low percentage. It actually was just above 30%.
There's 57 seconds left in the third. They set the pick. Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
Splitter it to Bazemore. Splitter sets a screen. Here's Hardaway. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Hardaway has got 7 points in the game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lopez right side. To the paint, Big Daddy, and down it goes. Done through off a wonderful assist.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Here's Schroeder. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And released it in time. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. The Knicks with the lead. And so in the game for the Hawks. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Bazemore at the 3. The Hawks shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Now here's Schroeder. Feeds it to Bazemore. Outside for Millsap. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Millsap's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Hawks. Pass to Roten. Lopez against Horford.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
The Knicks shooting 43% for the game. The pass to Porzingis. Kicks it to Roten. With the teardrop. Plenty of space. They get it back.
Tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on. He's got an advantage in there.
Here's Bazemore, covered by Anthony. And here's Millsap from the arc. No good. And New York the other way now. They've led by as many as 11 points. Puts up a three. No good from Big Daddy.
And you know what? Sometimes there's a reason why you're open. Maybe not the shot you should be taking.
Now here's Schroeder. D right on him. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. The Bagel, 0 points, nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Sanders checked in for Lopez. And it's a Flalo in for Roten. Then for the Hawks, Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Kent Bazemore. Korver comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. Big Daddy, and he uses the glass on the layup. Big Daddy's got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And the dunk by Horford. Horford's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hawks.
Showing us a little force on that putback, Kev.
Well, there was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir.
Hey, guys, but how about the positioning there when the shot went up? Beautiful.
Talk about great numbers for Big Daddy. 28 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
Both free throws good from Big Daddy. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Sefolosha, and Anthony sends it back. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Aflalo, shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for New York.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. For 3, and the foul called on Larry Sanders. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here's Teague. And now, Doak has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He laid out the X's and O's and told them, we're still alive, guys. We've just got to work together, trust each other, and play our backsides off. Kevin, we'll see if they've got enough in the tank to get over the top.
Korver kicks to Teague. And he goes right over Larry Sanders and slams it down.
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really, in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia.
2 minutes.
Picked by Horford. 6 to shoot. T kicks to Horford. Bank shot, no good. New York's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Anthony on the wing. T covering. Here's Big Daddy. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's going to be on Kyle Korver.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
So for the Hawks, Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Kyle Korver.
That was a critical trip to the stripe. They have a 2-possession lead now.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next sitting answers. Come on, fans! Let's experience Knicks basketball and get loud!
Millsap dishes to Horford. T kicks to Hardaway. Back to T. The Knicks pull it in. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Big Daddy. The offensive rebound. Here's a Flalo. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now. It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
New York moving it around. Outside Anthony to the left side wing. Puts up a 3. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
I want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Clark, they're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, and they don't need to do anything to reinvent the wheel here. I mean, just take time off the clock and squeeze the orange. Don't turn it over.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Not at all.
Well, I tell you, I think his body control and concentration in the air are really unique.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next sitting answers.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And coming up next, the postgame show with Ernie Johnson, Shaq, and Kenny the Jet.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak.
He accounted for more than half of their points. An amazing output. When there was a bucket they absolutely had to have, he was the guy they went to. Now, that's an awful lot for one player, but he did not let them down.
I don't know what got into him tonight. Whew. He caught the scoring bug and was just pouring it in the paint. That's the kind of offense he's capable of delivering when he sets his mind to it.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the New York Knicks. A good roll continuing right now for the Knicks. They can't have any complaints about the way they've started the new season. They're 4-1 coming into the sixth game and have looked very, very sharp. Well, Charlotte has seen some players come and go over the last couple of years. When you look at this composition of this Hornets team, Shaq, which player do you think is most vital to their success?
Well, Al Jefferson, a.k.a. Baby Fundamentals, is their leader on the floor, on and off the court. From a pure numbers standpoint, Ernie, he's the guy giving the team the highest offensive production.
Hey, don't forget about Kemba Walker, man. And we forget about him when we talk about handles in the NBA. He's in the top 5. He's not 1, 2, or 3, but he's in the top
10,
5.
not top 5.
He's in the
Cut it
top
out.
5 of handles in the NBA. Kemba Walker gets it done.
Dikembe Mutombo has better handles than Kemba
Oh,
Walker.
you're tripping, man.
I do, Kenny. Trust me, I do.
You're tripping. Another Kemba Mutombo sighting.
It's time for Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Doris Burke's on the sideline as well. Atlanta was their last stop where they beat the Hawks.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
And so off the tip, it's New York. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Big Daddy, he's in at point guard. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Anthony in at the 3 slot. Good. Lopez has got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Knicks.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game. You know, getting the ball inside early.
And it worked to perfection, Clark, on that possession. We'll see how that plays out in terms of being a big part of their game plan.
Last game for the Charlotte Hornets, it was a loss to Philadelphia.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
Now, here's Walker. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Here's Big Daddy. Last game he had 34 points. First trip to the line for him here. The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Big Daddy. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Now here's Lamb. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. And the shot is good.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation. Is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Williams dishes to Batum, and a wide-open look for Walker. The shot misses. The Knicks go the other way with it. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
And even though they're one of the top teams, they dropped the season series to this squad. So sometimes matchups play a role.
Yeah, sometimes matchups do, but I don't think they're interested in looking at that. They want to come back strong and show they're the better team this time around.
Here's Walker after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. High arcing shot. Williams gets the bucket.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
And Aflalo kicks to Anthony. There's a screen. There's the dish to Lopez. Batum with the steal. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. He feeds it to Walker. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Big Daddy. And it's Aflalo penetrating. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Big Daddy. There's the pass to Porzingis. Here's Big Daddy. And the 3 off target. Hornets trail by 4. Walker with it. Now defended by Big Daddy. And the basket good.
I'll tell you what, post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has. They've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Anthony drives in. Here's Lopez. Right through the D for the layup. Lopez has got his second basket of the night.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Screen by Jefferson. On the wing, Batum. Covered by Anthony. Fires for three. And Lamb with the basket on the assist from Batum. Lamb's got his first 3 points of the game. Inside, Lopez. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
On the wing, Batum. Will not go. This is off the front iron. New York leading by 3. Passes it to Big Daddy. And it's off from three-point range. The Hornets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Outside, Walker. Floats one. Lopez with the block.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
That is good.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. Forcing the issue too much.
Second, the Knicks.
They've faced over the last 10 have to be wondering how long this brutal defense is going to last. There's no let-up in these teams. They play with tenacity throughout.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Zeller, he's checked in for Jefferson. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lee's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kemba Walker.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And that's good for 3 points. Nice shot from Big Daddy. Big Daddy's got 7 points in the game. Now here's Lin. D right on him. Here's Big Daddy, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And here is Lee, following the three-pointer by Freak.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Zeller grabs the board.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Outside, Lin. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation.
All right, Charlotte, now enter the court for your...
And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful. Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
Freaking environment. Let's go.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Kid Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Jeremy Lin is out there with Lee. And it's Zeller in at the 5 down low. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks just played phenomenal. He finished with 34 points and added 3 rebounds as well. It was just a great outing for him, and nobody could slow him down. Something we're seeing consistently now, Kevin.
All right, thanks so much, Doris. What a great report, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was.
Hornets dance team, give it up!
Still has to be riding pretty high.
Some changes for Charlotte. Al Jefferson, he's checked in for Williams. Batum comes in for Courtney Lee. And Walker subbed in for Jeremy Lin. And then for New York. And some changes for Charlotte. Marvin Williams is checked in for Jefferson. And it's Lamb in there for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And then for New York, Robin Lopez is checked in for Spates. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Larry Sanders. And Big Daddy subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Deep 2 from Anthony. Offensive rebound. Lopez passes to Big Daddy. O'Quinn with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. O'Quinn's got... his first points of the night.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
1:09 left in the first half of the game. Roten the pass to Big Daddy. New York moving it around. They set the pick. To the inside. Feeds to O'Quinn. 6 on the shot clock. And the shot is good. 9 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Finished off the break. Anthony's got 11 points.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
And Lamb kicks to Batum. Williams a screen. Batum against Anthony. Outside Batum from deep. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution on the court.
9 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Lamb. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. 5 points in the game.
Really nice work inside there. He'll always give you a battle on the interior, guys.
Here's Big Daddy. Drills it from outside. Big Daddy's got the lead up to 11 now for New York.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Some really terrific numbers for Big Daddy. He has 15 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Big Daddy in at point guard. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Aflalo in at the 2 spot. Here's Big Daddy, guarded by Walker. Pass to Aflalo. For the 3. And again, New York with the triple.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and field.
Williams a screen. Outside, Walker. Williams sets a screen for Walker. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Walker's got 6 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
To the middle, here's Jefferson, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Hornets have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
The Knicks making a switch here. Sanders is checked in.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Now, here's Walker. He's guarded closely. Lamb with the ball. 5 points in the game. Williams sets a screen for Walker. He dishes it to Lamb. Just 2 to shoot from outside the arc. It's rebounded by New York. From deep. No good from Big Daddy.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Anthony with the block, and he's able to get it back. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
They get it back. Porzingis passes to Big Daddy. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Big Daddy, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
They shoot again. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Here's where the New York Knicks sit early in the season in the NBA statistics. First in field goal percentage. First in fewest turnovers per game. And they're also #1 in opponent field goal percentage. This is a team that prides itself on not giving up easy shots.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
Hornets trail by 18. Here's Walker. He's got 6. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Left side, Batum. Kept alive. Puts up the baby hook. Looking to end the drought. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Larry Sanders picks one up. The Hornets have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. That's good from Kemba Walker. And some changes here for the Hornets. Cody Zeller comes in for Jefferson. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Nicholas Batum. Derek Williams checked in for the Knicks. Tony Roten comes in for Aaron Aflalo. Spates the pass to Big Daddy. Outside Williams fires the 3. And that one's good. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
The Knicks leading by 16. Roten the pass to Big Daddy. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
Down low, here's Walker. Goes back up, and the layup is good. Walker's got 6 points in the quarter.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Here's Spates. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Zeller's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Williams dishes to Walker. And it's sent back by Spates. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Spates. Lee's checked in for Kemba Walker. And New York with a change here, too. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Sanders.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt.
Number 1, the Knicks.
Kevin, I've always said shooting percentage individually and for a team is a function of the kinds of shots you get. This team leads the league in shooting percentage because 1, they have good shooters, but 2, they take high-quality shots. They're a very disciplined group.
To the middle, it's tipped, taken away by Williams. And pushing it up, here's New York. Pulls up for 3, and again, New York with the triple. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for New York.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Out to the right wing. Just 5 on the clock. Lynn, that's a 2-pointer. Charlotte, no good that time either. The Knicks leading by 20. Dishes it to O'Quinn. And a miss there on the triple.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide-open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. There's a screen by Williams. Lee goes in. Off on the layup.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Shot's good by Williams.
Impressive fast break there. They did a great job advancing the rock with the pass.
There's Lynn with the 3. He got it up that time.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team.
And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. So it's the Knicks now. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Jeremy Lin is out there with Jeremy. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Up top, Walker. Out left to the wing, Lamb. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 5 assists in the game.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Porzingis passes to Carmelo. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Stolen by Walker. Anthony against Batum. Kicks it to Walker. It's rebounded by New York. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. Here's a Flalo. That's good.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
The Hornets have gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. Walker goes in. Again, the miss by Walker.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Here's Big Daddy. Drills the 3-pointer. Big Daddy's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Wow, what a special performance this guy's putting on from long range.
Well, that has been his shot today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Inside, it's stolen by Lamb. And here comes the break. And Batum kicks to Walker, and he gets the bucket.
I mean, he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
New York's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Big Daddy. Rebounded by Lamb. Charlotte has gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. From the arc. Cannot hit. So New York will take it the other way.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Knicks.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And guys, when you're cracking heads against somebody 4 times over the course of a season, boy, it's a great feeling to snatch that first game. Good adjustments tonight against the Hornets.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Big Daddy. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Good.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Outside Leonard from outside the arc. Green with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And the pass to Big Daddy. That 3 off the mark. And here's Charlotte. And it's Walker penetrating. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot. So no problem for New York as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Freak. We watched a marvelous third quarter from him, and he basically put the game on ice at that point. And from that point on,
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
I don't know what got into him tonight. Whew. He caught the scoring bug and was just pouring it in the paint. That's the kind of offense he's capable of delivering when he sets his mind to it.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm